if it fits your macros is a terrible idea. Oh, hey. Whoa. Oh, I stubbed my toe there. Okay, so basically it's a big trend that everyone seems to follow, but it doesn't work. I wanted to film up there because it looks really nice, but it was so windy. So I'm literally just here in a bush now. I mean, nothing about this channel's normal anyway, so here we are, right? Anyway, I have my notes, getting away from the regular setup. Wrong video. My name's Shay, I'm a nutritionist and an international level athlete, and today we're talking about if it fits your macros and why it's a bad idea. And I don't like when people bag on ideas and don't provide an alternative, because then you're not really providing anything, you're just saying something doesn't work. So if you are rigorous about tracking your macros, I'll give you a better model that'll actually mean you have a better diet and can achieve better results. So let's make a start. So if you don't know what this is, basically it gives you a prescription of like your fats, your protein, your carbs, which are your 3 macronutrients, and apparently if you hit the mark with the 3 numbers, it's good, apparently. So I'll start with fats, and this is the main issue I have because it's always such low fat levels. Like I've seen people doing 50 grams, and I'm putting my details here on screen for a calculator, and it's saying I should range from 69 to 121 grams. And as I said, I've seen even lower before. And this study said if your dietary fat level is accounting for 19.5% of your total calorie total, then you're dropping your test levels. And for me, who eats about 3,500 calories a day, this would mean 76 grams, which is in the range that the calculator gave me. So the calculator's giving me something that's going to tank my test levels. Like, what are we doing? And this goes for females as well. If your fat intake is really low, you're going to crash like your progesterone levels and a few other things. So this really just isn't good for anyone. Next up is carbs. And the issue I have with having a dietary target for carbs is the fact that the benefit of carbs is the timing. So if you're not doing the timing, if you're, say, backloading it, you're not really getting any of the benefits. I recently did a video on like how to actually time your carbs properly. Basically, the main point of the video was the 1 to 4 rule. So 1 to 4 hours out from training, get 1 to 4 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight, because this allows the carbs to be recently in your blood and your system to, you know, fuel your training properly. But the thing is, if you're going for a daily target, you might not be getting any before training and just having it later, so you're not actually getting any of the benefit really. So that's my issue with that. Now lastly, with protein, I don't think having a daily target is a bad idea. It's actually not a bad idea. Maybe aim for like 1.6 to 2.0 grams per kilogram of your body weight. I've seen some people promoting like 2.4 grams per kilogram. Maybe it's just some of these people that are on juice in the fitness industry, which isn't me being cynical. It's like, if you're on juice, fair enough, but you're gonna need more protein because you're building your muscle at like maybe twice the rate, right? So you need it, right? Now let's get on to more issues, but the reason I made this video really, hitting the mark with these doesn't mean your diet's good. I'm putting in Chronometer now, a diet that hits the macros that I found earlier from the calculation, except the foods I used were literally protein powder, cookies, and gummy worms. Now, that's not a good diet. Like, if I'm scrolling down here, you can see I'm missing the mark with so many micronutrients, which isn't good. And like, yeah, no one actually eats like this, and the calculator says, oh, you have to have your saturated fat and your sugar. Fine, okay. This diet here is low saturated fat and sugar, and it hits the macros, and it's rice, olive oil, and protein powder. But again, if I scroll down, I'm missing so many things, like B vitamins. They're so easy to get, but I'm still missing them here. Iron, I think, was low. Like, this is a terrible diet. And I realize it's a bit of a straw man, like no one actually eats this diet. But my point is, you can hit the mark perfectly, but still have a bad diet. So it's like, what's the point? You're putting all this work in, but you're not actually getting the results. Which leads me to the model I have. And basically, if you're going this far to track all your macros, why not just follow this? And it's probably just as easy to follow, except you're actually getting the results, okay? So I'll get into that. But anyway, if these videos are somewhat helpful, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. I'm trying to grow this channel, and any support I would really appreciate. So anyway, onto my model. So firstly, with protein, as I said before, just 1.6 to 2.0 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. You know, if you can have some after training, great, but just get that in by the end of the day at least. As far as carbs go, follow that 1 to 4 rule. So 1 to 4 grams of carbohydrates within the window of 1 to 4 hours out from training. And as far as fats go, aim for at least like 25% of your total calorie intake. And if you want to follow grams, this would ballpark be around 1.5 grams of fats per kilogram of your body weight. And lastly, just a wide variety of unprocessed or minimally processed foods. This really hedges your bets as far as getting a wide range of micronutrients. If you don't really want to track, just spread it all out, get a bunch of variety, and I'm sure you'll hit the mark with at least most things. And I was thinking, how can I straw man this new model? And it was actually pretty hard. So I think this model would work. I was trying to engineer a diet that would follow all the guidelines, but still miss the mark. But it was pretty hard. So yeah, I think this is a decent model. And as I said before, if you're putting all this effort into tracking your macros, you may as well just like adopt this model, which is just as easy to follow, except it has a bit more scientific backing and will actually get you the results you want and ensure that your diet is decent. I don't really know how these fitness trends take off. Like, there's no scientific basing, but everyone just eats it up and starts following it. But I think I've done this whole video in like an angry tone. I don't know if that was intentional, but it was a bit of a rant, wasn't it? Anyway, if you do want to know more, my carb video that I did recently, I think I posted it 2 days before this one's going up, so I'll put that right here. Check that out if you want to get your carb timing right to get the most out of your sessions. So other than that, I hope this was helpful. Anyway, that's been me. I want to go disappear into the hills again, and I'll see you next time.